Okay, hey everybody, in this tutorial we are going to learn how to make the Jeopardy style PowerPoint presentation, which will allow you to have clickable answers to questions and impress all of your friends. So when we are done, we will have something that looks like this, where you can have all the questions. You click on that, and Juneau is the capital of which large state where herds of reindeer can be found, and we'll check our answer, and that is Alaska, and then you can go back there. So let's see how we can do this. I'm going to close out of that, and I'm going to make a new presentation. Now, when I start off in presentations, I don't like all these titles, and I just kind of like to make things up on my own. So I just like to go back here, press delete, and then I'm starting from a completely blank slate. And if I go over here to the new slide and press on that little arrow, I can just click blank, and now everything that I do is completely up to me, and I don't have to worry about what Microsoft decided to put in. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in a little text effect to have a Jeopardy title. Okay, so it looks good. So if you go over here, this is all the insert areas. You can insert shapes, which we'll be doing later, pictures, different media, and text. You could have the classic text box, or you could do the fancier word art, which is what I will do. And you could play around with all these different effects here, the fill and the line. I don't really want any fill, and let's have this up here, and then you could type this, Jeopardy. And I'm just going to drag that up there. And if you want any glow, boom. What else? And that looks pretty good. Okay. And once I have that, I want to have one of these shapes, and these are going to be kind of like the blocks of Jeopardy, the 100, 200, the category, and you could pick the different shapes that you want, but I'm going to have this nice little rounded rectangle right here, and if I just go out, I am going to drag that out like that, and this will be my first category. And instead of doing that every single time, I'm going to make sure this is nice and consistent. So I'm going to copy that, Command C or Control C on Windows, and I'm going to paste it, and I'll just go right down there. And I'm going to keep on doing that until I get what I want. And I will have a couple categories. You can make this a lot more extensive than mine, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to have 2 categories and 2 numeric values for the points or the money. And once you have that, you can start to name it. So I'm going to have a very simple game here. Let's have days of the week. And on this one, let's have letters. Perfect. Now let's have numbers. Let's have, there we go. And here I will have 100, and there I will have 200, and again 100 and 200. And now that I have that, I want to make a slide for each of these to go. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go to New Slide. And because I have chosen the blank one before, another blank one will come up. And what I want to happen is I want to click on this, and then I want something to go here. So I want the question to go right there. So I'm just going to have days of the week, and this day starts with Fry. There we go. Okay, and that's a little small for what I want, so I'm just going to highlight it, and I am going to make it nice and big like that. Perfect. And if I go back here and I click on the 100 and I control click or right click on the 2-button mouse, I can go down here and I want to go to action settings. And this can control what different things happen when we perform actions on that shape. So I want to hyperlink, and I want to go down here, and I want to go, you could go to previous slide or first slide, whatever. But I want to go to a specific slide, and it's going to be that one. And I click on here, and I have 2 slides to choose from right now. I can go to slide 1, which would just stay there, or I can go to slide 2, which is what I want. So I'm going to click OK, and boom. And now if I go down here and preview my slideshow, if I click on that, it takes me right there. Perfect. Okay. And I want to have something to have for the answer. So I'm going to make another shape. Let's have answer. Ooh. I'm going to make that bigger. I'm going to make that still bigger. And when you click on this, all it's going to do is go to the next slide, because our answer is always going to be after the question slide, and it's going to make it easier when we just copy and paste this later. So do the same thing as before, control click, action settings, hyperlink, slide. Oh, that's not right. I wanted to go to the next slide. There we go. And I also want a button that if I like accidentally click on it, I want to be able to go back without ruining everything. So I'm going to have another button here, and it is going to be the little home symbol, which is somewhere around here. Where is that? Is it down there? Nah. Well, I can't. I think there's a. I had a home in here. Maybe it's in Shape Browser. Shapes. There we go. This one right here. Just drag that out there. Oops. I have an extra one there. I could just press delete and make that nice and large. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to control click, action settings, and I'm just going to go to the first slide this time, because it's going to go right back to home if I click on that. And now all I need to do is I need to make my answer. So I am going to type the answer, text, what is Friday? Whoops. Make my text box bigger. And I'm going to make my answer bigger. And there we go. And I want another home button to be able to go back to home. So I am going to click on that. And when you hyperlink that, it does it automatically. And I want to go back to the first slide. And you can see this is all kind of, it's not spaced properly and all that, but that's all right. And so now when I do that, I am brought to the, I can click on that. It brings me home. This is the only one we've set up, but it goes there. And oh no, I messed up. I don't want that. I go back home. I'm gonna go again. Answer, what is Friday? And then that will take me back home. And you are just going to do the exact same thing for the other ones. For the sake of time, I'm not going to go through that repetitive process and show you how to do it. Actually, wait, yes, I will. The easier way of doing this is to get both of these and to copy them and then to paste them. And that kind of sets it up. So now, instead of Friday, this day starts with wed. And we can just switch that down there. What is Wednesday? And now, because we have these home buttons that go to the first one and the answer, which goes to the next one, it's going to be a lot easier and quicker. And now if we just go to here and do the action settings. Where am I? Action settings, and I'm going to pick a specific slide, and I want it to go there. And now we have both of those set up. Boom. So now if I click on 200, this day starts with, oh no, I messed up. It's still going to go back to the same one, and it'll still go to the next one, and that will still go back there. And I'll leave it up to you to do your other columns and your other questions. One final thing that I want to point out is that it's pretty cool. You could change the themes too, and the kind of the style of the shapes will automatically change. So if you click on that, you could just pick which one you like better. And like that's kind of messed up, but and yeah, that's up to you. And that's clearly something's off with that. There we go. And that is how you make a basic Jeopardy game here on PowerPoint. I hope that was helpful, and I hope you have fun with it. Bye.